Hello and welcome to the Powerboost meditation. Today, let us experiment with the theme Live one day at a time. Live one day at a time. We, anyways, have one day to live. We just have this day. We cannot really live multiple days at a time in a physical sense. But then inside the mind, sometimes we can live either in the past, we can live in yesterday, we can live in tomorrow, or any day in the future or in the past. When we live multiple days, we're actually, thinking a lot about what happened, what could have been different, what will happen, will I be able to do it, not do it, a lot of unwanted extra thoughts that come. And then in the process, the only day that we have to live today, the quality of my life, the quality of my thoughts, they get affected. So if I really just follow this very simple method or very simple mantra, it's just to live one day at a time. From the moment I wake up, I just tell myself this is the only day I have. So it's not just one day, but the only day. And then throughout the day, I just focus on being fully present. I focus on being myself. I focus on what needs to be done, of course, but in the process, I don't forget to enjoy this moment, this day. And so, just like a small child is always looking for opportunities to enjoy life, in the same way, it's like that's the innate quality of the soul is to really enjoy every moment. And it's only when I enjoy that both my left and the right sides of the brain, they work together. And so in that way, I'm both creative as well as logical. In that way, I'm just at my productive best as well as my creative best. And this consciousness of living one day at a time very easily emerges the moment I realize my truth. I realize that it is really a movie that is being played in front of my eyes. This is like a three-dimensional movie. I'm just a spiritual being, a tiny being of light. I'm sitting inside this this three-dimensional costume or a spacesuit, and I'm here to really enjoy this movie. Also participate, but also take a step back and enjoy. And so when this consciousness of just being detached and enjoying this game of life, it becomes very natural. It is then that it's like every moment that comes, I'm just my intention is to be fully available. My intention is to just enjoy. So whoever is there in this moment or whatever the scene is, that's the only intention. And so then the intellect becomes very clean. The intellect doesn't process much. Otherwise, the intellect is like a processor and it processes a lot of things. And, even if I meet someone, if I'm too much living in the past, I'll process whatever happened before. I'll keep on processing their personality. And in that, the intellect is not able to be clean and clear. And when the intellect is clean and clear, I'm just focused on this moment. I'm completely full, available, mindful. Then the intellect can also get inspirations from the divine. The intellect is then available to just simply go and connect to the source. And in that, life becomes like a very joyful ride, but at the same time, it becomes an empowering experience for the self, because the self is then naturally connected to the source. And then through that connection, then the atmosphere also is recharged. And naturally, then everything just falls into place. And so, just this little shift in the consciousness, I just have this day to live. So let me just live this day to my fullest. So I have this one day and the only day to live. Uh, so let us experiment with this consciousness for a few minutes. So we sit back and relax ourselves. I realize that I'm a tiny being of light. I live in my home of light. And I've come from there into this three-dimensional world, physical world, stage, to play my role. I realize that this is the only day that has been given to me, gifted to me, so that I can experience life completely to the fullest. I just experience being myself, just enjoying this movie around me. This feeling that I've just incarnated into this physical costume. And the purpose of me being here is to be myself, enjoy, be happy, and share happiness with everyone around me. I realize that whatever is past has gone, and tomorrow is going to be beautiful. I just focus on this moment in time. I realize that as this tiny being of light, I am timeless. This world of time belongs to the physical dimension, and all of us beings, actors, we belong to the metaphysical, silent, spiritual dimension. I realize that this is a play, a game, which is going on in this physical world. And we beings, souls, we are players. We just play this game of life. We realize our home is in the silent world, in the sky, beyond the sky. where only this blissful experience of truth, experience being in my home, being in the company of the Source, the Divine. All the thoughts around the story have faded away, and just the being, the soul, meeting the Divine. This is the most blissful moment where everything else just fades away. And it's just the source and the soul, a silent meeting of hearts, where the soul surrenders completely to the presence of the Divine. The silent appreciation of being with the Divine. Life is lived fully in this moment of loving remembrance. Being in remembrance is the most beautiful experience to have. Just soaking in the divine love, forgetting everything else, having forgotten all the other stories. I merge my true eternal story, that of belonging to the divine, that of being this eternal star of pure light. In this moment, I am myself completely. When it is time to gently return to the playground, I realize I'm going there just to enjoy the game of life as it comes, moment by moment. I live one day at a time. I forget everything else, being completely available in this moment. I live one day as the only day in this life. I live this one day with the one. Om Shanti. Thank you.